Where's my heart? Put a big beat till let's begin. This is Cupid's bloody roses on the floor. This is Cupid. We don't feel, we want more. Say my name like a sin, like the chaos begins. This is Cupid's Lawrence lethal in this game. Hearts in the crossfire. We also thought we done. Hearts in the crossfire.
Hello everybody and welcome to Waylander Gaming. This is Waylander here as we're heading into round number 2 of Cupid's Clash in this Swiss style format. I'm sure you can see on screen already we've got the bands already and set for you. The lobby bands being Fanny, Sora, Alice and Glue. As per usual, it's a lot of those how you can say this, sustain heroes, minus the Fanny, right? Because I mean, when you have a Fanny main in the other team, you don't really want to have to deal with a Fanny. It's just, it really can affect your drafting style, to be honest. So we have in our first match of the evening, we have Warlords Reborn up against Level 1 Esports. Two teams that know each other very, very well, both Madagascan squads. And so we're into the actual banning phase here, and then we're going to be seeing what they remove from the equation, though it's ticking down. Yeah. It had to have been the Freya. Freya's been, as we said yesterday evening, right, 100% contestation rate, like every single game, pick or ban, proving to be too strong, too troublesome for pretty much everybody in the tournament so far. Let's see if this is going to be a continuation of this theme throughout the games that we're going to feature here in round number 2. If you're interested in the games that took place earlier, right, then you know, obviously you can go and check.
My legacy shall endure.
You're gonna find that there's the results will be up on the various socials on WhatsApp, so etc, right. The Grok ban is always a good one. I feel that Grok is one of those heroes that, you know, to be very honest, is too strong in the early part of the game. It just gives you so much of an advantage, especially with the rotations that we've been used to seeing right now, which is these counter jungle rotations that's coming through all the time, right? So that has been very, 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 very strong. The same can be said for the Leomord and the Zetchian, right? Again, Zetchian is a powerhouse, an absolute powerhouse in the early part of the game. Absolute powerhouse, right? So it's very good to get rid of. The same with the Leomord. But getting Skunky going for that Clint pick very early on, feeling very confident on that Clint pick, right? Because Clint is a decent marksman. I wouldn't say S tier.
Alpha is online.
Possibly A tier in terms of what he brings to the table. And then the direct response is Kadita, because I mean, Clint's not a high mobility marksman, so Kadita is going to have a fun time trying to burst him down. Gatto, always good to see in the equation. Shoyu, yeah, I was just about to say he's got the vengeance spell. They might want to switch it up for the revitalize. It gives you the option to go in for those early jungle invades, that counter jungle style of play, right? Xanthi's locking onto the Badang, so they just want to create a bit of lockdown, especially for the front line. If he can get his angles right and get that flicker combo correct, he's gonna get the backline as well. And Ryujin Warlord with the alpha pick, that's generally to deal with Gatto and his the annoying style of play where he's going to be going in for these invades, like just constantly. He's just going to be like poking, invading, right? When you're up against an alpha, you have to be careful. Right, because I mean, you know, we all know what Alpha does. That true damage can melt you down. So a nice pick coming through there. Alan Becker, as we've seen on the gold lane, has been a monster on the gold lane for quite a long time. Locks onto the Granger pick, and I'd say level 1 to level 3, Clint should have the advantage over the Granger. Should have, right? As long as he avoids the first skill, he's going to have that a much better time. The moment it hits level 4, that's when we're going to see a bit of a shift in terms of what we expect. Because you're going to expect Granger to outrange the Clint, and that's going to cause a bunch of problems, right? Interestingly enough, level 1 decide to go for the YSS pick. Having that global vision is always there, but this is going to be now a double MM strat, which delays their power spike timing by quite a bit. It really, really does, right? So they have to be a bit more careful than they would have. Granted, you picked a Gatto, and Gatto is all about that early game advantage, but can also provide a bit of problems for the backline, especially towards the late game, if you can land that AOG. So the power spike timings are going to be a little bit different from each of the teams. Raichu with the Lapu pick. Lapu is always strong. Can disrupt quite a bit of what's going on, and then just to make sure that they've got a bit more sustainability, level 1 lock onto that Esme, and the final pick coming through from Ludocell is the Changa. So Changa, it means YSS is going to have to keep an eye on his buffs. Sloth is his name, but Sloth is not going to be the rotation speed that he's going to have to work with. He is going to have to be quick about this. This is not going to be a fun time when there's a Changa, because, you know, she's forever clearing out the mid lane because she's got that insanely fast wave clear, and then going in just for those buff steals that we will get to or expect to see. But anyway, with that being said, we're heading into the first game of the evening. As we know, we're still in this whole best of 1 phase, right? Alpha opting to start with the blue buff, YSS on the red, so we're expecting a very similar rotation. Esme just providing a little bit of help to the YSS, making sure that jungle speed is fast, because I mean, that's what you really want. You want to have those quick jungle clears speeds so that your rotation is going to be much faster. As the invade is already happening here, Aiden and Shoyo pulling the small camp, because they won the battle of the mid lane in terms of, you know what, you've got faster wave clear, but now you're going to have to be careful because you're in a 2v1 situation with YSS making his way across now. So he opted to not rush for that the Litho. It just went in for the full jungle clear. Once again, this battle of the mid lane is all going to be about control. This time around, we are watching Warlords. They are going to... Oh, nice second skill coming in from the Badang. Just trapping Shoyu, who does that have the ability to dash back, but he's opting to recall. So this means, once again, control should be on the side of Warlords as they get this mid lane sorted out. So could potentially get themselves into position very early, but Sloth has other ideas. He's like, look, let me just try and get some poke, especially considering it's less than 20 seconds to go for this first turtle of the game. If he can get the Roma or somebody poked down, you know that they're going to have a fun time. Or an easier time taking this neutral objective. He's going for a bit of a steal here as well. So this is a good play coming through from Slot. He does pop that first phase of the Mountain Shocker. Doesn't manage to land the stun. Oh, Spear of Alpha not on point, but there's going to be the Revitalize. Hopefully trying to keep everybody alive. But the true damage from Alpha, just way too much. He's eating everybody, but oh, the double kill, however. It's going to be Aiden with a return kill. But YSS should not be able to really take this turtle, right? Because, I mean, with a Lapo around, you're going to need your teammates for that bit of protection. And as we got to see Ryujin with that Alpha pick, we knew the true damage was going to be something that was going to play a part, especially here very early on. before anybody gets the defensive items going. So it just melted through the 2 tanks. Turtle being set and reset Badang throughout that second skill, just to throw a little bit of a wall. Now Gato trying to taunt everybody up. There's a Spear of Alpha. The follow-up is in here. Mountain Shocker into the mix. AOG being used defensively. Lapo into the background, but he's going to get taken down. It's a 2-for-1 exchange, but Clint with the rotation across. Skunky here making it a 2-for-2 exchange. So Turtle did go the way of level 1, but with the 2-for-2 exchange overall, I would say it's pretty even. Meanwhile, oh my goodness, Alan Becker sensed that with that early rotation from Skunky, he took full advantage of that. That's a good trade-off, in my opinion. Right, and right now he's just going to have to try to stay a little bit safe. He's escaping most of the damage using the Death Sonata range. His teammates are coming through, as we can just see right now. A little bit of a contest here for the Litho. The Changa is just watching this whole bit of action. Slows down the Gato, who was trying to land the taunt. First phase of the Mountain Shocker into the mix. We will see Slot trying to make that wraparound play. Would have scouted out Alpha, trying to find that angle. Avatar of Guardian to the mix. Now the Mountain Shocker gets a little bit of the stun landed there. They get the kill. Spear of Alpha trying to be used defensively, but now you're in a 3v1 situation. Alpha is turning around. Revitalize into the mix. Nice kiting there from YSS as they pick up a kill. But there's the Batang. He tries to land the second skill, but Alan Becker with the quick fingers. He is raining bullets in. Has the Death Sonata. Now the first crack comes through, but Changi is there just to force everybody back. So advantage level 1 at this early stage in the game. Though mid lane control, this is going to be a real battle. Iden is just sticking around in the mid lane, knowing that Chang'e has that way faster wave clear. Raichu scouting out the bush, just forcing the Kadita away. She doesn't want to use the rough waves on a Lapu. He's just going to go in and you know, it'll be a wasted rough wave. Oh, but look at this. Avatar of Guardian forced out as the second turtle is available. So Shu taking way too much damage. Granger already doing the scouting out for his team. He spotted out Badang. Xanthis has that shield from using the second skill, but you're gonna have to be careful with an Esme around, very special, especially so. There's no Mountain Shocker available for YSS. The pull is into the mix, but I'm trying to find that dive into the backline. They are getting onto Aiden, who has to use the rough waves defensively. Lapo with the bravest fighter forcing the retreat here from Kadita, but the passive proc, she does manage to get that health back up here, but Raichu, he's chasing down the YSS. Oh, Slot there. Quick fingers just dashes back out of the range of the bravest fighter combination and gets the kill. So they lost the turtle, picked up a kill. I'd say an even trade overall, but it looks like Esme is saying, I don't want no even trades. I don't like things to be even. Oh, but the shutdown in the bot lane while we were taking a look at the push here onto the top. Granger is going to have to get the defense going. So Ryujin Warlord, lovely there in the bot lane. That's the player, one of the players you'd want the farm to go to. You know, your jungle, your carry. Meanwhile, nice pressure being placed into the mid lane from the side of Warlords. But Kadita, Gato making their way just to be able to defend this. This time I think Gato would have picked up, yeah, he's building towards Athena's shield. Personally, I'd be thinking Radiant Armor would be a little bit better, but having that Athena's shield makes life a lot easier to deal with Chang'e. So there's a nice wave cut coming through from Raichu here. Meanwhile, pressure being placed onto the mid lane. Aiden is being forced to dash back. Oh, conceal play comes through. Gato trying to get something done. There's the first break, just forcing Aiden back. As Xanthis is just controlling this. That wave cut came through on point. Bravest fighter being used defensively, and this is just keeping the trade even. And the gold lead, more or less the same. It's just a 1k gold lead in the favor of level 1. And, well, if you're the side of Warlords, you wouldn't be too unhappy about this. Gotta wait for your power pug spike timing. There's Alan Becker is taking too much damage from the Changi. Badang goes in with that first break. Oh, but Mountain Shocker onto 3. AOG almost set, but being disrupted. Now the Revitalize comes through. Now the AOG lands, catches onto 2. The first break is into the mix. There's the rough waves. Esme with the follow-up into the backline as a Granger popping out the Death Sonata. But look at this from Raichu. He timed it. Goes in for the counter engage as Esme has to hightail it. So with that counter engage, they just kept themselves. It looked like a bit of an implosion was going on there, especially around this first Lord of the game. That's not really what you wanted. So many members down. It would have given a free Lord to the side of Mounted Chakra, just off point to the side of level 1. But Warlords, they timed that counter engage perfectly. They're into the mix here. They know they've got this battle still to win. They're already in position right now, so they know the Lord is up. They're giving the space to Alpha. Mountain Shocker has been used, so the global vision is not there from YSS. He's trying to get his red buff, but right now he's being zoned away from everything. Changa just forcing the Gato right, but we got to be careful of that Avatar of Guardian. Esme charging up, wants to get the set, goes in on the Changa. It's so low, but Alpha should be... Oh! I thought she was gonna get it. Esme with the play. Rough waves come in. Level 1 turn the fight around. Gato sacrifice for this Mountain Shocker now comes out, but ISS the second skill. They're gonna have to disengage. They don't want to have this to be a wasted Lord. My goodness, this is going back and front. Gold lead has extended ever so slightly in the direction of level 1, but what a steal from Zol below. What a steal. That was on point. I mean, timed the engagement, went in. I thought Alpha had it set. YSS couldn't get into the mix, right? It was zoned away so well. I mean, Warlords did everything right except the retry. Changa trying to protect this mid lane turret, but level 1, they'll be hoping to at least get a couple of tier 2 turrets, though with the second wave potentially, but it's going to be a bit difficult. First break comes out from Xanthis, just forcing Soul below away. Now quick rotation from the Badang. They want to go for a bit of a scout out. The first break does come in here, but Alan Becker has those fast fingers to dash back to a bit of safety. The game, even though the map has opened up here in the mid lane, is still fairly even. Mountain Shocker lands onto 2, but there's nobody in here for that follow-up set. They need to get the timing right to level 1. You gotta layer your attacks. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Skunky is like, where show you? You wanna overextend here? There's the first break. Will we see the first crack? We do, but Granger gets a return kill with the rough waves as the follow-up, and so it's a 1-for-1 exchange. Jungle for Rome though, but I will say, okay, it's not the worst thing in the world. Bravest fighter comes through here. Lapu, he's just not interested in who's coming in onto him here. Takes a lot of damage though, as this could... Oh! What a skill shot from Sloth as he takes down the Lapu, and this should be a tier 2 turret. Meanwhile, it's a 2v1 exchange here in the mid lane. Alan Becker gets back to safety as the mid lane was taken down here by Warlords. So things are still pretty even, and we just need the players who are dead to respawn and get themselves into a decent setup right now. It's that timing where you got to get yourself into position. 30 seconds to go for this second Lord of the game, which is going to prove to be a very important one. Shuyu just being scouted out by Xanthis as both teams are vying for map control right now. They really do want to make sure the lanes are pushed, which is what you expect to do. You just want to force everybody around. But there could be a potential wraparound play here. Avatar of Guardian used preemptively. There's the first crack. Into the back line, but oh, Alan Becker with the Windcrocker there as he keeps himself alive. immunity to the physical damage, timed it so nicely, takes out the MM, but meanwhile, there's this option to try and steal the Lord again, but this time around, no retry gap, and I'd say distraction created, distraction taken by Warlords, and with the way this game is going, oh, what a beautiful first crack in here from the Badang. He takes out the Granger. That's 2 dead for the defense. Advantage has swung. It's now in the favor of Warlords. What are they going to be doing with this? Are they going to be going with the Lord? You need somebody to march with this Lord. The waves aren't 100% synced up. Oh, the first break once more. Just stop and shoot you. Lord should charge up. Changi with the zoning. Mountain Shocker does land. The Revitalize has been popped just to keep Strath alive. They're trying to melt this Lord down. They need to get someone to lock onto this turret. But it's the bot lane turret that's being focused by the marksman and jungler. So mid lane tier 2 turret still stands. It should be bot lane that falls. So far, I would say the game is still sitting in this even category. Gold even, kills more or less even. The turrets are... Oh, nice first break into the mix there. Spear of Alpha as a follow-up. Will we be able to see... Oh, it's 2 taken down. Lapu, the bravest fighter, continuing this engagement. They do have the potential to try to get... Are they going to go for the tier 3? The next wave is coming through. You're going to have to try to cut off the YSS from what he's doing. Badang with that first break once more, but slightly off target. Mountain Shocker also missing. But Changi playing it... dangerous, playing it rough with the rough waves available could be problematic, but gets back to a bit of safety. Let's just get the bulls up on screen so we can see what everybody's cooking right now. So 72 seconds to this next Lord. The question is now, how is the map control going to be going, right? It is in favor of Warlords. Personally, I'd be saying to myself, look, let's freeze the waves, draw the side of level 1 out. Nice conspiel play. There's going to be the Mountain Shocker. Changi overextended and gets punished. There's AOG, but not onto the mark yet, as Gato separated from the team. Ryujin takes down another. It's a mega kill 1-for-1. Lapu just zoning everybody away. He's just too beefy right now. Created all the space they needed to continue with this map control pressure that they have. But with the slow push happening here on the top lane, this was a lovely slow push. I think it was set up, by Sloth on the YSS. I mean, just look at this, right? It's just about 10 seconds to go. We've got a skirmish going on. The first break does come into the mix. SB's taking a lot of damage. Oh, rough waves into the back line from Kadita. But the first break blocking the Kadita up once more. There's the Spear of Alpha into the mix, but the turnaround. Alan Becker, he's dishing out the damage. But Dung is so close to be taken down. He gets taken down. It's a triple kill for the Granger. He's going for the Maniac. Is he gonna get it? Changi is there just to save. With the Death Sonatas coming out, they opt not to go for this, and so level 1 have swung this game around once more.
Red team has slain the Lord.
So now, advantage level 1. This is like a tennis match. Advantage swinging in each direction. Lord coming up the top lane. The slow push... Well, Changa just respawned in time to deal with that slow push. That slow push could have been taking down some turrets. Let's be honest, right? We've got the bulls in here. We're at that point where everyone should be close to full build, right? A lot of anti-heals coming out from the side of level 1. Oh, there's the Avatar of Guardian. Does manage to catch out a couple, but the first break is a counter engage. Rough waves into the back line, but Esme is going to be taken out. This Alpha, too much of true damage. Lord should be stopped up as they lost 2, and so the advantage has disappeared. Warlords with the defense. I mean, at worst, they should lose maybe a tier... Not even a tier 2 turret in the mid lane. Whoa. This should do a better damage here to this tier 3 turret, right? But with Clint around here, it still stands. It's still steady. So the next Lord that's going to be available is going to be the 18-minute Lord. right? Just past the 18-minute Lord. This will probably be the Lord that could potentially end the game. The builds from Warlord is what kept them up and running, right? They've got like Clint picking up the rose gold meteor, just has enough sustain with that shield to survive. Excuse me, to survive the rough waves. And at the same time, you know, that purify gives him the movement speed. Obviously, he can escape the clutches of the AOG, right? With the purify, and he's got like when you pop the purify, it gives you that little bit of extra movement speed that allows you to reposition properly, which is one of the weaknesses of Clint. So once more, we've got the double MMs with the push here on the top lane. This could be dangerous, but with the YSS, you know, you've got that global vision. He does spot out where everyone is, which is good, knowing that the cooldown is just going to be right. First crack does come out, but Dung now overextended. The force back. There's the AOG. Does catch on to just one, but Esme took a little bit too much damage. Gato with the revitalize, just keeping everybody alive and ready. So there's going to be no revitalize for the Lord. Unless there's going to be a proper Lord dance, this is going to be a bit more dangerous for the side of level 1 without that. So both junglers setting up the slow push. Skirmish here as they're trying to get a bit of poke damage onto Xanthes. If they can do that, it's going to get themselves set. Oh, first crack comes through as YSS is just repositioning. He dances in. Does he get the kill? Oh my goodness, he does. He does it. He's just so low. There's the rough waves coming through with the petrify, just keeping everybody safe. But now the Lord is up and running, and there's going to be no Xanthes, no Badang. Big spell. No first crack coming through for this 18-minute Lord. However, everyone needs to heal up right now. This could create enough space for Xanthes to make his way back into the mix, but it's still quite a bit of time. YSS once again just setting up that slow push. I think we should see Xanthes back into the mix. Raichu just scouting out. Mountain Shocker comes up, but this time it's early, so if this starts up, Gato, now he's going to get picked up. There's going to be the AOG, lands into the backline, Revitalize in there, but Alpha with the true damage. Ryujin just out, melting through everybody, and Raichu, what a performance here on this Lapu with the zoning. Alpha trying to take down this Lord, but he's gonna have to be careful from this Esmeralda. YSS needs to try to get close, but look at this Alpha. He's on point. There's the rough waves. Oh, the Lord with the knock up. It's 3 down. This is positional advantage to the side of Warlords. They should take this Lord uncontested, as Granger has to pop that defensive spell there with the Wind of Nature just to survive. Clint, it's the Lord coming up, right? Everyone should be available for the defense. They should be. This is the time now where you start selling some of your items. You need to pick up the immortalities, because with the Lord battling through, you need at least 2 lanes being synced up. I wouldn't say you don't really need more than that. If you get 2 lanes synced up with an 18-minute Lord and immortalities, put the pressure, force everybody back, right? Like you can see Chang'e doing over here. Mountain Shocker does come out, but Dung with the chase away, right? Lord still not into the mix here. You need to get the Lord and the wave on the top lane synced up. You gotta get that dive through in here, and this is their opportunity. This is your moment. If you're the side of Warlords, this could be your ending angle, right? Lord being melted, being stopped away here, but Esme taking way too much damage. Lord should charge up. Now we've got lane synced up for the mid lane as well, so we need someone just to focus onto that mid lane. Now's their opportunity. If you got your immortalities up and running, you can get the waves inside the AOG. Doesn't catch onto anybody, but Dung goes in with the first break. You need to find the angle for Clint to lock onto the base. He doesn't have the immortality. Revitalize does come through, but there's gonna be a legendary for this Ryujin here. He's got the space. He created it for his team. Alpha with an MVP performance. If he's not MVP, I don't know who is. What a game from the Alpha. 15, 5, and 6. Very well played to Ryujin Warlord here on this Alpha. got his team from very back and front, early and mid game. He just started to shine in the late game. Got his Queen's Wing up and running. Once he had the stacks on the Sky Piercer, it was unstoppable. But I mean, the team as a whole from Warlords, lowest score is 7.3, right? And it's a 1-4-11. That's why, pretty decent from the XP laner here. So well played to Warlords as they pick up their victory and will be moving through to the next round in the Cupid's Clash. So very, very well played to them, right? And in the meantime, let me get myself up and ready and set with the next lobby, right? I'm going to have the pause screen up and running for just a little bit, and I'll be back with you shortly.
Tell me lies, set me free. Just my heart, put a band till let's begin. This is
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the stream. We have Vikings up against Pandora's CodeRed as the second game for the evening. I actually thought this was going to be the first, the 8 o'clock game, right? But unfortunately, it's only going. There was a bit of a swap out. So, I was looking at the schedule. I was like, "What's happening here? I'm getting a bit confused. Whose team's moving? Where's everything going down?" But as long as we get to see action, we get to see action, right? So we're got the teams into the lobby, right? Let me just see what the lobby bans are. Okay, we didn't do any lobby bans just yet. We just added everybody. And we have one of my favorite names to say in the whole world. Like whenever I'm doing call outs is the cat meow pew pew. It's I don't know. It's a name that just rolls off the tongue. But we have everything ready and set. Just waiting for the lobby bans to come through. And the referees to get themselves all in order. And we'll be good to go. Heading into this, round number 2, best of 1 between Vikings and Pandora's CodeRed. Vikings, as we've seen, is one of the stronger teams from the Madagascan region. They've got a decent amount of synergy, very nice rotation style and strategy. So this is a very, very strong team. But as we've heard, Pandora's... Is this CodeRed or Box? No, this is Pandora's CodeRed. Has been one of the teams that has gone into their training arc. So, they've locked on, they've gotten themselves into game mode, game of face on, and we're going to see how all that training has played a part in terms of improvements, because this is what this game's all about. We see this in the Mobile Legends Southern African region, across SA, Madagascar, Mauritius, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Mozambique, pretty much everywhere in our Southern African bloc, right? I don't want to give you a quick geography lesson. You will see that one team will be the best for a particular season or two, and then suddenly they'll be second or third best. They'll drop off. Other teams will pick up and improve. We've continuously noticed the improvements across the server, which is excellent. It's something that I'm really looking forward to see what these players are going to be bringing to the table as we continuously try to get tournaments up and running and ready for everyone, so we can just keep having this level of competition. Keeps things all tight, keeps things active and going forward, and where we will see our server do much, much better and improve, right? And here at Waylander Gaming, this is what we're all about. We're here to build a community. We're in for it for the entire esports community. So it's not Mobile Legends, not the only game we feature, but it is our flagship game. It's the game that started it all off for us. It's one of the biggest and best games in the world, as you can see, in terms of the interaction and size of the community. At the same time, I'm busy saying that. I've got the chat up on screen as everybody is good lucking and thank youing everybody else. We are interested in just one line, the last line that we can see on the screen. Glue, Claude, Granger, Xavier. And so it looks like there's some definite respect bans in the mix here with the Xavier ban out. Claude is meta right now, right? Claude's just very, very, very strong, right? And so let me just tell the teams we're ready, because we are running a bit behind schedule, right? We don't want to be too late. Glue is one of those heroes that can be very problematic. Granger as well, but I do like the Claude ban, because that particular hero is very, very, very strong. But into the banning phase we go, and it's Handsome. With the first ban out here. So somebody is very, very confident, name themselves Handsome.
My kiss.
Your team
Will it
is
grant
banning.
immortality?
Good ban coming through from Handsome
Or
with the
death?
Alice. That Throne of Ruin can ruin your strategy, especially around neutral objectives, because once she goes in and has that ability to get in and get out, it's
Let them play the hero.
Your team
I
is
will
Pretty annoying to deal with.
Desperately needs.
This hero, this ban coming through from PCR, that's a beautiful ban. If you didn't know, right, Yuzong was the only hero in the M series, which we know just concluded not too long ago, that had 100% contestation rate. You know, pick or ban every single game. Yuzong, which is, if you think about it as a statistic, that is absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts to have a 100% contestation rate on a hero in the M series, right? So Yuzong was that one monster of the XP lane right now. So difficult to deal with, and the skills he brings to the table is just, it's crazy. Final two bans are Zushin, which is in my mind one of the, say, top 3 mages at this moment in time. Zushin is definitely up there. It also creates the opportunity to pick certain heroes. Like when you see a Zushin ban coming out early on, you will expect the Freya to be picked up, or you expect a Hylos to be picked up. You expect those kinds of heroes, even a Camilla, right? Because we do know that Madagascan teams love to pick up the Camilla into the mix. Sora, I think, is one of those heroes that's right now is kind of a must ban hero. Good rotation speed, has that damage form with the torrent, and can provide quite a bit of sustain and backline dive ability. But Team Merlin going for the Basha pick very early on, just to deal with maybe with the damage output that the Freya can bring into the mix. And you've got Stuffpot with the Ruby, and that's a flex pick. So the question right now is Ruby going to be going gold, Ruby XP? Right? It's highly unlikely it's a Ruby Roam, right? It's a potential, right? But I do love whenever people go for these flex picks very early on. So it is kind of confusing if you're going to be the side of Vikings. It's like, okay, where's this Ruby going to go? How's this going to adjust our strategy? Whereas you can see right now, Vikings have got the Freya on the gold lane because they picked up the Lapo and the Leomord. These are 3 extremely meta picks right now. So PCR having this opportunity to go for second pick, they now need to start counter picking in here. They need to get the counters for Freya, for Lapo, for the Leomord. You're going to need a little bit more control into the mix. But right now, I think they need to get... Yeah, it was either Eve or it was going to be the Zetchian that needed to be banned out. Because with this lineup that they have, you needed to get rid of it. Clever ban coming through from Vikings, knowing that if they go for that Angela pick, they've got 2 heroes that works very well with the Angela, and I'm assuming a third as well. Because if you're going to have Freya on the gold lane... Oh! Didn't think about that, didn't expect that as well. They go for the 1-1 pick. And so if 1-1 is one of those heroes that can kite the Freya, because she's got high mobility to escape a lot of what the Freya can bring to the table. But I don't think she's going to have the damage output to deal with the Freya, especially not in the early game. So a lot of the rotations that PCR are going to make are going to have to be there to protect that 1-1. Because if this heads towards late game, 1-1 is going to come online. She's got too many heroes to get that crossbow tang procced on. But just for safety's sake, Cat Meow Pew Pew with the Sicilian pick, so they know in terms of their draft, they can have a little bit of late game scaling. You don't want to be too early game, just in case the worst happens, right? But this Grok pick sort of seals the real. This is one of those picks where you can use it to zone the front line and back line away from one another, and it's going to synergize extremely well with the Lapo, Leomord, and Freya. Grip Reaper going for the Gatto, and this means that they're going to have a lot of early game potential to counter the early game potential from Vikings. The draft lineups looking pretty good for both teams. The only issue I would say with maybe PCR's draft is the 1-1. Not saying that's an issue as in like there's something wrong with it. It's just the way you're going to have to play will be a little bit more passive, a little bit more making sure the 1-1 is fed. The 1-1's power spike is going to come around the mid game. You need to make sure that she's not going to be into too much of trouble dealing with the Freya in the gold lane. that the setups, the ganks, the pressure that can be placed, they're not going to deny the 1-1 too much of farm. Because once she comes online, it's going to be GG's. It's all going to come down to this gold lane battle. This is going to be an absolute cracker of a game. We're getting ourselves ready and set. And, well, you know, as per usual, once we get ready and set, we have the pause. The pause of death. It's the one that, you know, sort of stops us from continuing with the action like we always like to go. Just from action sequence to action sequence. We've already got a bit of a delay on this game. Let me just make sure that everything is A-okay. And that we're all good. Right, and we should be unpausing very, very shortly. I'm sure it's just our usual tiny little bit of lag out. It's to be expected in the SA servers, though I do know there's some power cuts happening. Maybe it's that, right? I'm hoping it's not any one of the players who is dealing with this, because I hate power cuts, especially in summertime. You're gonna have no fans, no air cons, everything's gonna be off, and the heat is just gonna melt us. We're heading into the final few months of summer. Well, and well, where I live, right in Durban, we don't really have autumn. It's just we only have 2 seasons in Durban. It's summer and winter. We don't really have spring and autumn. I mean, we do, right? But you know, the way the seasons don't really change. It just seems like one continuous summer throughout those 3, and then suddenly winter. I'm really waiting for winter to come through. But with this being said, it's quite a bit of a long pause this. I hope nothing too serious has happened. Because I know, just like you guys at home, right? I've been personally looking forward to watching these 2 teams go head to head. Granted, we don't get to stream every single game in these group stages, right? Which is to be expected. We have so many teams. I mean, this tournament had 32 teams. The number of applications for Cupid's Clash was way above 32. We had to stop it at 32 because there's a time frame in which the tournament needs to conclude. So if we went beyond that amount, it would have just been a bit crazy. So we stuck to 32. The next tournament will also be around that 32 mark, but I think maybe next one we'll do a little bit of a survey and just to find out how many teams want to sign up, because the registrations opened and closed within 3 days. We hit the 32 mark within like literally 3 days. And there was a lot of teams who wanted to register who just couldn't get into the mix. And we don't really want to deny anyone the opportunity to feature in these big tournaments. But I just, so you know, all of you viewing here, I'm sure a lot of you are participating in this tournament and other tournaments that we feature. Please, when those registration forms come out, get it filled in as quickly as possible. The spaces go really fast. There was a lot of teams that missed out on their registration just by being a day or 2 late. It was a bit sad, but you know, it is what it is. But let me get to see. Let me just send a message to the admins here to find out what exactly is going to be the length of this pause. All right, so like the pauses go up to 5 minutes, right? So once it hits the 5-minute mark, then unfortunately, even if it hasn't really resolved whatever the issue was with the lag, right, we're going to have to start. Yeah, so the 5-minute timer has been, you know,
5 seconds
ticked
till the
down.
enemy reaches the
Okay, it
battle.
looks like everybody is cutting it close, right? So I'm not sure who exactly was the one that had the issue, right? I'll find out very, very shortly. It just means there's going to be a bit of a delay on the next game, which is Boah up against Saint Dynasty. It's going to be a bit of a cracker, right? Not to say that this is not going to be exciting as well, but with everybody in the mix, whichever team used their 5-minute pause, unfortunately, they got no more pause left in this game. With PCR already establishing a little bit of mid lane dominance, and this is what you expect from a Fasa. Kuro with a quick rotation. Will you get the stun off? Goes in with a poke damage onto Freya. Freya has to use that to get back to safety. That shield, though, is just makes him look quite healthy. But when Freya, when Fasa makes those quick rotations, right, it can cause a little bit of problem for a potential jungle invades. So once more, we're in this battle of the mid lane. Nice sanguine claws. Oh, but go wall from Grok, forcing out the revitalize from Crypt Reaper there on the Gatto. So they did get quickly back into position to PCR just to get the defense going for this for their jungler. Nice from Gatto, just making sure that his jungler can farm up and keep up with the Leomord's jungle speed. Jungles be like Basha is very, very quick. Going in onto the Freya, who jumps back to safety. Grok throughout the wall. Now there's a potential for the counter jungle as Leomord goes into the mix, pops that ultimate. There's Freya as well. Basha trying to hightail it, but oh my goodness, the pullback, the wall, handsome with first blood, as that sets up for the first turtle. So he's gonna have the option to actually not even he doesn't have to rush to start it, because Basha still has to respawn, but he wants to try to take the full advantage here. Ruby saying, look, maybe it's best just to leave this one. PCR have decided not to contest for this first turtle, but that could be dangerous, because as you can see, it's going to be that and the invade. Meanwhile, PCR opting to go for a quick rotation here onto the Freya. They know that 1-1's going to be their cover in the mid to late game, but the gank not working out. And with that gank not working out, look at this wave cut jungle steal. This is going to be a healthy 1k gold lead at the 2.5-minute mark for the side of Vikings. They really traded off well. This means you're looking at level 5, level 4 versus level 6, right? That's already a 2-level gap. They're still trying to put pressure here on Tekio with this Freya. Freya just surviving through all of this, not being able to get as much farm as you'd hope. 1-1. Trying to get that passive proc, but could be in a little bit of danger. Now there's the engagement, second skill. The crossbow tank comes out, but Freya with a jump back to safety. Now she's going to be a little bit overextended, but Basha is in there. Must the anti-heal himself. Oh, beautiful sanguine claws. Freya into the mix, trying to CC everybody up, but uses the vengeance. Vengeance being popped twice, but the revitalize there from the Gatto. Oh, what an avatar of Guardian. He sets the zone. Fasa with the feathered air strike. That's a 1 extra. Make that 1 for 2. Sicilian cat meow pew pew on point, just pew pewing from the back line with that. Those bats from Sicilian. And Vikings just extending their gold lead. Nice wave cut coming through here from the Lapu. You saw the action, and I mean, this is what you need to have if you're going to have from your XP laner, right? I mean, look at this. He's just creating distractions, going in with the bravest fighter, as Sicilian is there with a follow-up. Wants to try to ram the Sanguine Claws. There's the pullback. Leomord is into the backline. The wall is into the mix. Fasa with a feathered airstrike, but Leomord with the chase down. Are they going to be able to take Kuro? Kuro manages to get a set up there, but it's a killing spree for Leomord. But Fasa, with her death, saying, even in death, I will get the shut down. Oh, nice Sanguine Claws once more from Cat Meow. doing a very, very good job with those Sanguine Claws. I think it's a close to 100% success rate on the Sanguine Claws. It's one of the abilities when they changed that animation timing that brought Sicilian back into the mix, because for the longest time not really in the meta. Ruby seizing the opportunity to push and push and push. The turtle has been started up here by the side of Vikings. Basha trying to find the angle. There is the avatar of Guardian available, but too quickly was that turtle being taken down. Second turtle of the game. Grok just throws out a little bit of a smack onto the Gatto. They want to use this river speed to try to deal with Ruby, who almost took down a tier 1 turret. It would have been a decent trade turtle for tier 1 turret if that turret did fall, but the river movement speed keeping it sorted. So PCR opting to go for a 3-2 split. They really want to get the farm going onto this 1-1. It's going to put a lot of pressure onto Egi Asura on this 1-1, but so far so good. Just one death in terms of the gold, keeping up there with the gold, not too far behind everybody else. The only one like it's the nice feathered airstrike into the mix, just zoning this Freyr away. Meanwhile, on the top lane, the jungle invades are continuing non-stop. I mean, look at the level gap right now between the Leomord and the Basha. Kuro has to use the bird form. Oh, the Sanguine Claws once more on point. Bat's Feast comes up with the revitalizers there from Grip Reaper just to keep everybody healthy. They want to defend this mid lane. They don't want to allow the map to open up too much too early on. They know they need to get their damage dealers online, and with the map being closed off, I mean, already with these jungle invades, it's going to be difficult. Yamad pops the ultimate. There's a feathered airstrike. Avatar of Guardian just pulling everybody back as Basha, he's trying to deal with the damage output. The same with Grip Reaper. 1-1 in the backline, hits the crossbow tang. Is she going to be able to get another kill? It's going to be a 1-for-nothing exchange. This is what we were talking about with the power of the 1-1. It's this is the timing where now Vikings, they have a bit of dominance. Oh, Leomord underneath the turret with the setup, full combination. Kuro there just stepped a toe out of line, and Leomord was like, a toe is all I need. I'm gonna grip onto that little piggy and then drag the whole body through and send it back to the base in a coffin. Once more, it's PCR. They know that 1-1 is their win condition. They're sacrificing these turtles just to make sure their win condition stays their win condition. They want to keep the 1-1 safe. Is this going to be a bit of a strategy that could potentially backfire? Because if you're going to be putting all your eggs onto Eggy, then if Eggy goes, then, you know, you could have, as Eminem says in some of his songs, some egg on your face. Oh, the armor fended underneath the turret with a flicker play. Just drags Lapu back, but Kuro's like, I don't care. Well, Ruby is in a little bit of danger, trying to dance around, just doesn't have the armor fended. Lapu taking that turret damage in here, as Leomord is like, I'm just gonna basic attack this turret. Ruby just manages to clear the wave, keeps it safe, but meanwhile, look at Fasa trying to take advantage of the space that was created by Ruby and in the bot lane push. Gets a little bit of damage onto this mid lane turret, trying to even it up, but quick rotations in response. This bot lane almost falling. But the game, Fasa in a lot of danger. A wall comes through. It's the tectonic charge to set up the kill. They need to get rid of this minion. Minion takes down the mid lane turret. Oh, Fasa underneath the turret, but the crossbow tanks. Eggy able to get the kill. The vengeance keeping Freyr alive. 1-1 gets back to safety, but that's going to be 2 turrets. Map opened up for Vikings. They're going to be happy with the control that they have right now. 35 seconds to go for the first Lord. Ruby taking his so Stuffbud on this Ruby hasn't really rotated throughout the course of the match, right? It's just been pushing. This could be now the time where the game changes a little bit, because with the map opened up now on the XP lane, We will expect this Ruby to start the rotations. Lord is going to be up in the next 10 seconds. Beautiful distraction being created by Vikings around this buff, as Leomord will set up the slow push in the bot lane and get himself ready for the Lord. And they force out the Retribution. Basha used it. Even though he's going to have mobility to get across, now there's no opportunity to contest. As you can see, the side of Vikings, that stretch from them, placed pressure, forced out the Retribution. Now they know they've got 30 seconds uncontested to take this Lord. First Lord of the game goes their way. And Freya into the mix. Leomord pops the ultimate. There's a feathered airstrike into the backline. Avatar of Guardian doesn't manage to catch anybody. There's a tectonic charge onto everybody. Crossbow tang is set. It's a double kill for Leomord. 1-1 trying to do something. Is it triple? Will we see the maniac? Is he going to go for the chase? Can he go for it? 1-1. Oh, Sanguine Claws just not on point. But that, with the Lord coming through, only the Holy Shield left to save. Oh, but Kruk, he did it. He managed to make sure the Lord wasn't to go through. The Lord is full of health as he's charging up. They need someone to come and focus on the mid lane turret. Vikings using this to their advantage. Locking on. Mid lane turret taken out. Bases open. This was a play from the Madagascan team. They've got themselves into a very, very, very good position right now. Second Lord of the game. I don't think they can end with this Lord, right? PCR do have a lot of defensive skills available. A lot of it, right? So unless there's some overextension, it should be around the second Lord. Oh, nice. I'm offended. Coming back, dragging 2 into the mix here. Feathered airstrike into the backline there. Grok turns around. He's trying to set up tectonic charge. Misses, but Lapu, the bravest fighter, catches onto 3. Avatar of Guardian into the backline. Grok, somehow he's escaping. How is Woah still alive? That's like not even 1 HP. That's like a half HP. If that was even a possibility. 2 for nothing exchange. How did he survive that? I have zero idea. And with this continuous pressure being placed here, I think backing off, as you can see from the side of Vikings, is the best strat. You already have the gold advantage. As you can see, it's almost reaching it's 9 point something, almost 10k gold advantage. You don't really want to push the lanes in. You want to freeze. You want to force the side of PCR out, especially considering it's still a long time to go for the Lord. It really is a long time to go for this Lord. So you don't want to give them any farm. Like here, forcing them out creates the opportunity to get yourself set. Because how else are they going to get farm if you're freezing the lanes? You're only going to want to start pushing. Look at this from Kruk. I mean, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. This is what you want. Freeze, force. Freeze, force. Leomord setting up the slow push at just the right timing on the top lane. PCR are in a lot of hot water right now. The big question for them is, are they going to contest? Do they contest? How can they actually get the contest for this Lord? It's difficult. I mean, you do have a Basha, you just have a Gato. It's all going to come down to timing right now. They need Ruby and Gato to just force the front line. You just need to create just enough space for Basha to make that play through, right? You got to time, and it's Ruby that's got to be the front liner here, because you need Basha to set that AOG. He's trying to get himself into the mix here. Basha trying to find that angle. He's being blocked off. He does have the opportunity to go for it, but opts to try to chase down this Sicilian, who just uses the... Oh my goodness, Freya into the backline with that double kill. I think the Retribution would have been the best option here. They are trying to chase down everybody. They pull back the Gato. He just escapes with 1 HP. The Lord is marching his way through. This should be game, right? They've got everything they need to deal with this. Leomord unstoppable, wants to go for the god, but Grok saying no, I'll secure our kill. And Sicilian saying the same, so no godlike, and that's going to be game set match going the way of Vikings.
Victory!
So very well played to them. Handsome with the MVP for the side of Vikings, and they're going to be moving through to the next round. They've picked up their win, and as I'm sure you all know how the Swiss style format does work. I know normally I'll dwell on the particular game and discuss it a little bit more in detail before we hop into the next match, but sadly, we are kind of a bit behind schedule. We're about 8 minutes behind schedule, and we don't like to be 8 minutes behind schedule. So let me just get this pause screen up and running, and then we'll be back probably within a minute or two with the next lobby and the next teams into the mix. So we will see you all in just a second. Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. We have an absolute cracker of a game. This game, right, okay, look. It's St. Dynasty up against Boah. These are some very familiar names, very familiar faces, very familiar play styles. Going up against one another, excuse me, should be, and if I'm going to say the word familiar one more time, I am going to use it. Very familiar with one another. And it could go either way. I mean, you're looking at two very, very strong teams, as we saw in the round number 1, right? That what they can bring to the table. So Saints with the quickest game so far in the entire of Cupid's clash. I think they beat out quite handily though Nabjutsu. They were at the 9-minute mark, and then Saints was at the 7-minute mark. So about 2 minutes is still it's huge in the game. So they had the quickest game play. Boah, as we got to see, was just on point in yesterday's matchup. They're a very, very strong team. And, well, you know, sometimes the draw does what the draw does. Last night, after the matches, we did the draw, but it was like kind of off screen, right? Because it was already a long day, a long stream. So we didn't throw the draw into which teams are going to face each other in the next phase into the mix. When we did it, oh my goodness. It was like shocking when we saw which teams got matched up against one another. As I just tell everybody, we're set and ready, and it is time now. Good luck and have fun. Lobby bans are Ghetto Joy, Hilda, Zushin. So a lot of heroes with that early game power spikes, and well, Zushin is just, in my mind, right, Zushin's the mage of the moment. Very, very strong mage pick, and definitely one to get rid of. So Sunless with the first ban coming through. It's going to be the R-Lot, and well, we knew that was going to happen with Mimic on the enemy team. There was always going to be an R-Lot ban. Chocolosh with the... Yeah, well, we saw how strong Leomord was in the previous game, right? You don't really want to leave Leomord in pretty much anybody's hand. Gambit was the jungler in for Woah in the previous match, but I do know that they have the ability to, with the players that they have Woah, to
the clouds are ever shifting.
switch up positions, switch up roles without compromising the integrity of the team. But will it still be the same players in the same listing? Well, we'll get to see. Sora and Grok being removed from the equation as well. So, I mean, Sora is just so strong right now. And Grok is... Grok along with Gato are like two of the most annoying roams to deal with in the early game. They set up so much of map pressure, because they've got the ability to rotate at a reasonable speed. I mean, Grok, when he throws those walls out, as we got to see a Viking using that to disrupt wave potential. But lightness with the pick. This pick here is just so difficult to deal with. I mean, there was a time when going for the Yuzong pick too early on was a little bit of a problem, right? But it's not going to be that anymore. It's not now. It's like a must pick, must ban hero. You got to get this into the mix. Muffin, to answer your question, Alice has not been banned out just yet, right? But Zetien has been banned out, right? So if Kubo is showing this is not the hero that we want to see picked up.
Let's go.
He's gonna have to change out very, very, very quickly. Did he lag out? I think he did.
Legacy shall endure.
I think he did. Oh, no, it was Zushin. Okay, my bad. I actually just, I saw Z there and I was thinking Zetien, but meanwhile it was Zushin. That's actually supposed to be a, is it not an X instead of a Z? Maybe I'm getting my spelling wrong. Maybe somebody can correct my spelling into the mix-up, but this is Zetien, so that wasn't banned out in the lobby. I'll just double check on the bans, the lobby bans once more.
Finish off what was left undone.
Yeah, there was no Alice. It was Gato, Joy, Hilda, and Zushin. That was the bans. Sunless going for that Irithel pick. Now, Irithel, as we know, can hold her own on the gold lane, but what makes her so very strong? Yeah, Freya had to go. Freya had to be dealt with. But what makes her so very strong on in the gold lane is the fact that she has that crazy mobility that allows her to use that movement speed to get across to help with the neutral objectives. Right? Mobadad looks like he wants to pick up the Ruby to try to deal with the Eruthel. Because, like, I mean, Ruby has that ability to sustain, and they've already picked up, like, Con picking up the YSS means you don't really want to go for a double MM strat, right? Especially not into the lineup that Boah is going for. Oh, this is one of my favorite roams to see, right? Clutch CZ looking like he's going to go for the Cho pick. I love a Cho pick. It's just one of my favorites. To work with. There we go. So the Cho is going to be there just to deal with the Farsa, potentially the YSS, but it's going to be mainly to deal with that Farsa. The moment the Feathered Airstrike comes in, you're going to see the Way of the Dragon come through. Gambit deciding to go for the Lance, and, well, we're getting to see the Battle of the Ages. Lance up against the YSS. Gambit up against Con. Lance usually has the better time when it comes to the matchup. Like in terms of a whole 1v1 matchup in a 1v1 battle, right? But if you know how to play YSS, and we know how Con can play that YSS, it is something that can burst the Lance down if you got those fast fingers to time and escape the Thorn Rose, because it's really about escaping the Thorn Rose. That's where it's all going to come down to. And finally, it was Mimic with the Lucas pick, right? Though not one I really would have expected them to go for, the Lucas pick. But they decide to go for it. I'm assuming they want to have that sort of backline diveable ability there, or something that can actually just not lose in lane to the user. Because a lot of what Boah is going to bring to the table is going to come down to that Yuzong rotation. Because if he can get himself into the mix, if Lightless can really do what he needs to do, right, it can change the course of how team fights are going to go. Anvi, with the scout out here, just wants to get a little bit of vision being provided. Took a bit of poke from Kubo on the Zetshin, but doing the same thing. Ooh, we have a pause this early on. What is this? Are we back in the real pause meta right now? Are we really? Well, we'll it's probably the lag issues once more. We'll find out what exactly is going on in just a moment. But in terms of the draft itself, right, to be very fair, this draft is even on both sides. It comes down to execution. The early part of the game for Boah is going to be the Yuzong plays. Right, everything's gonna come down to how Lightless deals with the Lucas. Lucas just needs to survive the first level 1, level 2 combos that come through. But for the side of Saints, you're looking at Anvi. Anvi is gonna be the one that Khalid in the early part of the game, massive amount of sustainability, massive amount of vision, tries to go in with a poke, forces the passive out from Kubo, dancing around with that scimitar, and I mean, you can see, right, he takes so much of poke damage, just heals back up, and then he's back into the mix, just trying to delay Gambit's farm, because they created, look at the space being created, Clutch TZ being forced back. I mean, he took so much damage, Anvi, back up to full health, made the space for YSS to clear out full jungle farm and steal, goes in once more, trying to get the engagement here onto Gambit. Could be a bit dangerous, right? You don't really want to go in too much. Oh, Fasa has to try to escape, but the Thorn Rose says no escape for you. I'm going to take you around. So, little bit of overextension there from Chocodosh, and got to pay the price. Woah with first blood. Both teams rotating towards the XP lane because they know this XP lane battle is going to be vital to their cause. Once more, Mimic into the mix. He does get quite a bit of damage onto Lightless, who gets the passive proc, but Mimic knows how to deal with. Oh, but there's a big fight here into the mid lane. It's going to be Clutch TZ taken down, but Anvi with the speed of rotation gets himself out. And that's a pick-off they wanted with the first turtle of the game being up. Though, based on health, Khan will probably go to just heal back up, take a buff, and then make a movement across. Anvi just being super aggressive here, just to delay, just to make sure that Ruby has the time to rotate across. YSS can take as much farm as necessary. Gets that. Oh, nice timing here from Anvi once more. It's Lightless into the backline. He's got to chase it down. Envy has been removed from the equation. Clutch CZ is so low. The Black Dragon form is into the mix here. But Khan, with the rotation across, makes it a 2-for-1 exchange. Mountain Shocker now, 3-for-1. It's Lightless gonna try to go and deal with everybody. He does get one kill, but he's gonna get picked off as well. And it's going to be overall a 4-for-2 exchange, right? And this should be first turtle going the way of Saint Dynasty. Big old battle here around this neutral objective.
Red team has slain the turtle.
Yeah, but now once we hit, it's just a couple of minutes more where Khalid will still have this early game advantage just for about 2 more minutes. Once he hits the second turtle timing, the pressure that he can place around the map is going to change, right? Cho going in here, not going for the way of the dragon. Now he goes in, but the sandstorm as the counter engage. They take out Clutch CZ. Oh, meanwhile, Khan on the bot lane. Quick rotations across. Saw the opportunity for a pickoff. And that's the very dangerous Lightless on the YSS removed from the equation. They're getting Mimic ready, set, and fed. Envy, he's still got like 1 more minute of his power spike to go, right? Before the Khalid is going to get a little bit of a drop, right? Oh, nice engagement in here. Feathered airstrike into the arm offended. Pick-off after pick-off here from Saints. They're just using their knowledge of the rotation timings to get those pick-offs. And they're doing it in such a way, right, that Boah don't seem to have the answers just yet. I mean, the vision being supplied here by Khalid and the follow-ups from the team on point, but Lightless saying, yeah, don't count me out just yet. Another pick-off set into the mix. Will they be able to take down the sandstorm as well into the background? This is going to be a triple for Khan. It's a triple for the YSS. I actually thought they were going to do some recoil spams like they usually get to see from them, but they opt against it. Managed to take steal the buff. Zetchian just poking back. Khan wanted to go for, I think, a bit of a wave cut, but he's going full on jungle steal mode here. But he has to be a bit careful. The chase is on. Dashes back, goes back into the mix here. But Envy's like, okay, bro, I need to heal up. Let's just take a small camp and exit. Since the second turtle is up and running. Now the poke onto Gambit, uses the puncture to get back to a bit of safety here. Oh, the Mountain Shocker into the sandstorm. But the flick is there, back to safety. Clutch CZ tried to get way of the dragon off, but he gets taken out. Envy surviving all the poke damage from Zetchian, and that has been space created. Turtle should be free. Mimic is there to try to deal with this. Quick rotations here from Mobadad. Oh, the feathered airstrike into the mix. Arm offended onto Lance. He's dancing around there. But Mimic, he's got the Unleash the Beast. 1 swipe, 1 kill. As Clutch CZ tries to stop the pressure that's going to be placed onto the mid lane. But Khan went in with the dash. Just couldn't get that basic attack off in time with a follow-up. But there's going to be Lightless. He wants to force everybody away. Ruby just... Oh, what an arm offended. What an arm offended. Like, if I was the side of Boah, I would actually be offended with how good that arm offended was. Dragging back to getting the setup here. Khan is super fed on this YSS. Look at the damage output. Burst down. Mopedad gets the kill. Feathered airstrike. There's a follow-up. This should be a tier 2 turret that potentially could fall. I mean, this next wave is coming through here. Khalid has the option to try and help cut this wave just to make sure that, the pressure is going to be 100% pushed. But AV just doing the zoning away, right? We could just follow the action here on the bot lane. Mimic takes a lot of damage, pops it, Unleash the Beast, and it's going to be Sunless in a lot of danger. YSS, he doesn't care about the damage output of anybody. He's like, I'm the one that's fed here. Everybody else is starving. I'm going to take another kill. He's on a godlike. Meanwhile, Chocolosh almost taking down the tier 2 turret. Boah, they need to slow this game down. They really do need to slow this game down. They need to get this Lancelot into the game. They need to get Irithel into the mix as well. They gotta slow this. The arm offended with the sandstorm. The combinations from the side of Saint Dynasty are just too on point, just too difficult for anybody to deal with. Look at the damage from YSS. It just takes another kill. This is with a few seconds for the final turtle of the game. But oh, the flicker arm offended comes through in there. But Kubo managing to survive. Boah need to get onto their defensive game. I know there's a massive lead right now. It's about 11k gold lead, which is huge, right? But Woah, if they can get the Erethel online, because that's going to... It's Erethel and Lance. You need to make the map small. As long as you can get the farm from the smaller map, you'll be okay. But look at this push coming through here. Holy shields have been popped. It should be the bot lane as well. Mountain Shocker being used to clear the wave. Mobadad just forcing everybody back, but he's gonna get caught out here. Does he survive? He's on 1 HP, but the team responds. Mimic into the backline. Meanwhile, it's a legendary 4 Con, but he gets taken out of the equation. This is what they wanted. Oh, will we see the way of the dragon? The knockback is in here, but there's nobody to really follow up with the play from Clutch Steezy. As Mimic, he's going to try to survive this. Lightless, can he deal with the damage output from this Lucas? He pops the Revitalize. He needs the passive talk proc, but Mimic saying, let me show you who's god of the XP lane. Goes in, gets the kill. But with that engagement, the gold, I mean, it was 11k, right? Now you're looking at 8k. So that's a 3k drop. Like I said, if you're the side of Boah, you need the map to get smaller. That way you can prioritize the farm onto the Erethel. Clutch Steezy being dragged back in, uses a second skill to get back out. Has the mobility to escape this. Is still 30 seconds to go for the Lord. They're not... Oh, there's Lightless saying, let me go in for a bit of an aggressive play here. Timing-wise, I mean, it looks like they're not really going to go in. Oh, Zetchian gets taken down by this by Con on the YSS. He's just so fed right now. Even with the shutdown, he's just way ahead in terms of the gold lead. Feathered airstrike, zoning Sunless away. They created enough space to take down this mid lane turret. No mercy being shown here by Saints. They've got the bit between their teeth. Oh, the flicker arm offend onto YSS with a follow-up. This team is, I mean, this is what you call teamwork. It really is what you call teamwork. They know they've got the advantage. They're taking full advantage of the advantage, right? Which, I mean, what good teams do. Right now, it's really hard. The way Saints are layering their attacks, like Boah, I'm not sure how, if they can come back from this, right? I think maybe that they needed to focus on just keeping the map control. Because like sometimes it's not nice to clear your waves, right? There's times where you need to get your waves just frozen near your base. Because if you can do that, it prevents the wave cut. It prevents wave freezing. So I think that would have been a strat from them. If they used that before that engagement that got the mid lane turret pushed in, they could have created the space for them to swing back in. But with the wave, there's going to be the engagement. Yes, Sandstorm catches onto 2. There's a follow-up. Fury of the Phoenix has been used, but it's Lucas into the backline. Unleash the beast. The base has been opened up here. Unstoppable for Mimic. There's the base lock. That's going to be game, set, match. Going the way of Saint Dynasty. And that concludes day number 1 for round 2 here on Cupid's Clash. I'm going to see who picks up the MVP. Oh, it was Khan with the MVP. Well, 13-1 and 9, right? I don't think that was in much doubt who was going to be the MVP. But Saints putting down a marker. To be honest, right, they almost missed out on the tournament. Because like their registration was a little bit late. And then they were the 33rd team to register. And so when one of the teams dropped out after the registration forms were complete, I think it was one of the Mauritian teams. They were having a little bit of, we don't want to show our face on screen moment. And then so Saints got into the mix thanks to that. And they said, well, we're going to take full advantage of the fact that there was a dropout and we've managed to get our space into the competition. Strong performances from them. 2 games in a row. Round number 1, round number 2. They've been very, very, very deadly. Actually, 3 games in a row. ultra strong. They are probably the team to beat across this tournament, right? And good to see them doing so well. Continuing from last year's end of season with those strong performances. I think it was just Retilland Suns who got them in the end of Iron Gauntlet, which was a hotly contested matchup. But, well played to Saints in this particular game. Boah, I'm sure they will go back, lick their wounds, take a look at the match, do the review, consider the strategies that they need to use, and see how they're going to figure out how they're going to get themselves back into the equation. Though I will say, right, even though they were at a deficit at that moment in time, freezing the lane, I mean, that would have been what I would have been thinking, right? Just before the Lord, there was no way you're going to contest for that first Lord of the game. It was just too much of map control for the side of Saints. They had their combos on point and in order. If you froze the lane, just don't clear the lane. Let the lane be frozen close to your base. It gives you the best opportunity to, number one, get farm. Number two, prioritize the farm onto the right hero. Number three, to push out the lanes to get them unevenly synced up. And then it's the greatest possible chance for defense to come through, right? But anyway, what's done is done. What's said has been said. Let's see how they're going to perform in the next rounds. It's not as if it's all over for Boah. There is the lower brackets still to go. But for all of you who have stayed awake late on a Tuesday night, thank you for tuning in to watch. It is a pleasure, as always, to cast for you, right? And, well, if you haven't, you know what to do. Smash that like, share, and subscribe button. And we'll catch you all tomorrow evening for the continuation of Cupid's Clash. And for all you PUBG fans out there, we're going to have Soulless Bunnies Battles to Death coming through on the PUBG Duo front. So press that notification bell so you'll be aware of when we go live with all the esports action here in the Southern African region. Once again, thank you for watching. For myself, Waylander, it's gonna be goodbye and